This is there's a Rockwood Signature. That's what this is. A Rockwood Signature. Look at all the junk under there. Gee whiz. Your typical roof. Typical RV roof. Look here. You see, that's a breach right there. That's where you want to look for them, right? Like right in here. You can see that bit. So when you're going and inspecting your coach, that's what you want to do. But you can see they've had some issues with this. Look at all that caulking right there. All those crater holes. Got a leak right here. That feels soft right on here. There's a fleece back. But you see all that. There's Dicor. Put some more on, moron. Man, oh man. This stuff, it's actually stuck pretty well right here. But see, it's not going to stick to that. It doesn't stick to plastic too well. So we're going to start ripping her off, tearing it apart. I don't know why we got this line going right to there. Oh, something under here. Well, that don't sound good. What's going on under there? Let's see. I think that's all rotted. Ah, sure is, and still wet. That is wet. You can see it on there. That's still wet. So, gonna have to redeck this roof, that's for sure. So, I don't know what's on here. It may be till we take it off, but some of these are. Looks like maybe a ply foam roof. But we'll check obviously when we get it all freed up. So, but that's your typical RV roof. Right here, we've got this all wrapped up here. We're going to be putting plastic on the side as well. So we'll be doing that, but we always wrap up the awnings. And then we're going to try and clean this up, but we'll do the best we can. But there may be some residue there that we may not be able to take care of. So, wow. Got a big problem here, I'm guessing. Slobber it on there. That's all breached. They don't put any protection on these corners. That's the problem with these. So then it starts to compromise on the edge right here. You see? So you can see they probably just got some tape in there.
Oh wow.
That's all they got is just some tape. See? That's not enough to keep that from not breaching. So that's what caused it to fail here, more than likely. Because if it was anything else, it probably would have ripped up all this whole awning assembly, you know, the whole awning. But this in itself looks like it got ripped there, so that's why they did all that. And all they do is have a little foam gasket up underneath there. We're going to be obviously putting some curbs on here, and we just wanted to kind of give you an overview of what's going on, what we got, and so on. And that's about it. You can see the kind of the mess we got here too. Oh boy, it's all slobbered on there. But anyhow, like I said, when we put ours on there, we'll do the best we can to clean this up. But you'll probably see some more residue marks. And this was our rotted section. There was a small piece there and some around the shower lens here. So we just opted to take it out. We got some sheet metal in here to help balance the sheet out, so it all sits here nice and even. And there's our piece right there. We'll be plucking in there in a second. What we're doing now is just, there's no stock here to screw anything down to. So what we're doing is getting some steel in there. We just happen to have blue tape on that steel, but we're putting 16 gauge steel in there so we can screw our curbs down. Right now it's got nothing. So we're going to fit them in all around, all of it. So over here by the ladder, because we wanted to make sure we had something good to bond to. It's got metal under there, so that'll bond real good. So we don't have to put any metal. That was going to make a relief cut and put a piece in there over on both of them. But there's stock in there. And that's what we had to do with those. We put the metal around there so we can get our curves mounted. This one doesn't need any because it's already got a metal frame. That one we did, and then that one way up front there, that was prepped for an air conditioner, so it's got a metal frame. So we just had to do these three right here, and then we'll do the skylight after we cut it out, because that's the piece we put in. and we married it all back together, and it's all glued down. So we'll get up there afterwards after we get the roof down, and then we'll cut it out and I'll shim those pieces up underneath there. We've already got this one side, the passenger side, we've got it already glued down. You can see we got all our protective strips all across here, and we're about ready to glue this flopper roller and get her going. Alright, we are all glued up. Once it flashes off, then we will roll it over. So you can see the square patch right in there, but that's because we got a vent there. No need to put glue there. We are completed. All done. Here's our logo, RVRI.com. Here's December 19 when we got it installed. You see we got some boots over here for the ladder. Those are all sealed up. Everything's all heat welded. So just as a reminder, I guess, we do not sell any curbs. We don't sell any boots. We don't sell any components like that. So we've got, you saw how we were coming along. This is a 60 mil structured commercial membrane. That's what this is. Got 2 strikes of caulking all the way down around the whole coach. We always put 2 strikes on there. You probably could faintly see some of the protective strips we put up underneath there, but I think we already showed that on the earlier clip. We made the repairs down over there by the skylight, put a new lens on it, and we you got the roof on, and all this is all welded. All around here, it's all welded in there. So if you're watching this for the first time, we custom make all these curbs. They're all heat welded back in. They're built with that piece that gets heat welded in there. That's called flashing detail. And then this piece on top, that's what's called a counter flash. So we put those on there. So when the water comes, we'll go up this way, it'll probably be a little easier. Show you on the air conditioner. But when the water comes across the roof in a heavy rain, it's going to want to run up. When it does, it's going to hit that lip. There's a lip on there. It's called a counter flash. And then it'll get washed out. We have them on all of them. All of them are the same. The difference on the air conditioner here, and we've got another piece of counter flash for the AC. So when the water comes down, runs down here, I don't want it to run back into, there's a gasket under there. So it will hit that piece of flashing detail we made, and then it'll drool out, and then it'll send on down the way. So what we're doing with this, and this is why it works so well, when you have your typical roof where everything is just pushed to the roof on an RV and then caulked around there, you get caught in all these storms and these weather and everything. You're getting into what's called an erosion effect. This doesn't have an erosion effect, so the caulking doesn't always wash away. Not so much, I mean, Dicor is just junk. Don't use it. It's terrible. Don't use Dicor. You can use almost anything else. Dicor is the only product I know that is meant to be used on an exterior application and fails in 3 or 4 months. It's their cash cow. They're just taking advantage of you. It doesn't. Anybody else would have had their product reformulated so it would last longer. It's just a scam. So go get something better. Don't spend $12 a tube on Dicor. That's for sure. And the irony to it is Dicor is actually made by Carlisle Syntec. This is a GAF roof, but Carlisle is a good product, and we use Carlisle as well. But Dicor is made by Carlisle Syntec, which makes commercial roof membranes. And Carlisle also has commercial roof sealants, but Dicor doesn't want to use them. Why? Because they're too much money for them. They get that stuff made pennies, that Dicor lap sealant. Pennies, I'm sure. Very, very cheap. And then they jack the price up $12, and it doesn't last. So what do you have to do? You go buy more. You see, it's they put some thought into that for sure. So I would not recommend buying anything that said Dicor on it. You know, we don't use it. Everything we use all commercial grade. So the only thing we did different on this coach, we used a clear sealant on here. We changed all the insert trim all around here, this away, and even down there. And the insert trim, I'm going to see if I can find it, but I can show you. Because I had a track that I can show you, and if I can get it real quick, I'll show you the difference between what we use now and what it came with. Here is the track that would be here. This one's obviously just in white, and I just got a couple of samples here. But this is the typical type of what's called insert true trim cover. It's screw cap trim cover, vinyl trim cover, and it just snaps in. Okay? So water can still get down inside this track right here. Then it runs along. It's just moisture droplets, but it does accumulate. So what we use has a groove in it. Okay? That groove allows it to sit in the track and over the track. So it's in the track and over the track. Blocks all the water out, so you don't have any issues. This here you can't buy actually. So in the black you cannot. In white all day long you can buy it, but not in black. The reason we have it is because we had to buy a whole bunch of it. The RV industry doesn't want to use this in black because it's too expensive for them to make. They don't want to spend the extra couple of pennies to make it in black and buy the quantity of it. So therefore they don't do it. They just use all the cheap stuff. So that's what the whole RV industry is about. Get it built, get it out, get it sold, and then what they want to do is bounce the problem back to somebody else. So let me show you the membrane. It's right here. So we got all these pads here because we throw them all up on the roof and we protect everything. That's what all those are for. All that noise in the background, we're rebuilding a roof next door and the next bay. So you can see all that's called scrim that's in there, that mesh. And that's what gives the membrane resistance to hail and impacts. That's what it does. And this is fully adhered down. This is just the color of this one here. It's slate gray. But it's the same backing on here. And that's what we got on this roof over here. So again, we don't sell any of these components at all. These aren't DIY videos. We're trying to show the customer all of the work that we did on their coach. And if you get some tips, great. But again, we don't sell any of them. Everything's all custom made to fit the coach. When they come in, we measure it all out, figure out what we need, and we get to work on it. Thanks for watching.